This story is called Tally Cat Keeps Track. Tally McNally was an alley cat, but more than that, a tally cat. Here it shows how many tallies trees climb. Tom has three, Kitty has three, Tally has six. He kept a tally all day long of who was right and who was wrong, of who was taller, of who was tall and who was taller, of who was small and who was smaller. And when all the things were said and done, Tally McNally always won. Scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, scratch. Times I won today, 3. One day Tomcat, splattered with rain, plopped in a chair and began to complain. I'm soaked to my skin, no cat is as wet. But Tally McNally said slyly, Not yet. 10 drops for you and 16 for me. Means I'm the wettest, you'll have to agree. Then he stood on a box and announced with a grin, I'm Tally McNally and I always win. Scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, scratch. No way, shouted Tomcat. I say you're a cheat. To settle this fairly, let's meet in the street. Tom dove in a puddle, and rainwater rose over his chin to the tip of his nose. He jumped to his feet and declared, Now I'm wetter. Admit it, McNally, I'm wetter. I'm better. Not true, replied Tally. The score is now tied. You're the winner out here, but I won inside. Scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, scratch. I'll do even better, they heard Tally utter as Tally McNally slid down the gutter. Stop! Shouted Tomcat. Kitty yelled, Wait! But sadly for Tally, their calls came too late. He went scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, splash! Help! Shouted Tally. I'm stuck in the drain. I don't want to be wetter. I'm sick of the rain. But how can we help you? You're so deep below. Just run and find Boots. She's the smartest. She'll know. Boots stretched toward Tally, then said with a frown, I can't reach him either. He's much too far down. We need someone taller, but who could that be? From below, a voice came. Stripes is tallest. You'll see. They went search, search, searchy, search, search. Stripes stretched, and he stretched with all of his might, but Tally McNally remained out of sight. If Stripes cannot get him, none of us can, Boots said. Then she added, We need a new plan. We don't just need taller, we also need smaller. Well, Kitty's the one, they heard Tally holler. We need smallest and tallest and smartest, and yet we still need another who'll have to get wet. Boots whispered her plan as they stood in a huddle. Then one by one they all lay by the puddle. Paw in paw they formed a long chain and lowered poor Tom down the dark, dark drain. Stretch, stretch, scritchy, stretch, stretch. Hooray! They all shouted. We finally got him. And out of the hole together they brought him. After high fives and hugs, they waved to McNally. Then back in the alley, he made one last tally. He went scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, scratch. Friends forever, 5. Scratch, scratch, scritchy, scratch, scratch. Have you ever used your fingers to help count? 4 fingers is one way to keep track of the number of things when we are counting, but sometimes the items we are counting total more than our 10 fingers. Tallying is another way for people to keep track of the things they count. Tally marks look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you're at 5, you cross it. 5. Does this remind you of how using your fingers to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.